Welcome everyone to Not That Media. My name is John. We're at the end of another month, so it must be time for another haul video. So come along with me as I do December's horror haul. If you're new here, firstly, thanks for finding my video and watching, and if you are a regular viewer or a subscriber, thank you as always, faithful viewer, for sticking around. December 2024 has ended up being a little bit of a bumper month when it comes to haul purchases. None of these are related to the Christmas period, they just happen to be films I bought before and after Christmas. I want to preface this video straight away just to say that some of these I won't have a whole lot to say about because unfortunately, and those of you who were following my 12 Scares of Christmas video series may have noticed, first my wife became very unwell, and because of the pregnancy there was obviously a little bit of concern there, but I also became very sick afterwards. Both myself and my wife and baby are all fine at this point, but we didn't actually get a whole lot of time to watch a lot of horror films. Now I am conscious that when I'm recommending some of these things that some people may think that maybe I'm just buying them for the sake of it, but I do, everything I do buy, I do watch. It's just sadly, December, I haven't had a lot of an opportunity to sit down and watch everything. I think when you are horrendously sick or really unwell, watching body horror movies and things like that probably isn't really good for the old psyche. So unfortunately, a lot of bed rest and a lot of what we do in the shadows is what I was doing during December. But we did watch a good chunk of these films, but as I said, I just wanted to preface it just in case some of you thought, well, you didn't spend a lot of time talking about that one. So let's jump in. So we'll start at the top with new releases that came out in December 2023. Straight away, because why not, because it's what everyone talks about, is my Terrifier 3 first edition HMV exclusive. This is the 4K. This is already sold out before release, and as you can see, HMV, they do this first edition series, which is delineated with this little sticker where they have exclusive covers, exclusive offerings inside the box set. So a really nice black box, obviously showcasing art on the back. We have the black side and the black front, but on the inside you have the normal Terrifier 3 4K, so nothing special there. Only a 4K. Have to admit, a mild amount of annoyance to the fact that this did not include a Blu-ray as well. Retailed at $29.99, but you get the standard 4K Blu-ray on the inside. You get a poster which I'll unfurl now, and I won't hold up in front of me until I stop talking because it'll block the thing. But the first is the I've seen this poster a few times, this imagery. I quite like that. And on the inside is the traditional Terrifier 3 poster. So really cool to have that poster set. It's made with that weird card that has that weird smell to it. It's a very strange one. You then get, as part of this box set, a number of cards. I will show you all of these in no particular order. There is nothing on the back. It's all just white. So first and foremost, we have Art the Clown in his Santa outfit. We again have Santa during the opening scene, or Art Santa in the opening scene. Again, just a promotional image of Art the Clown at this point. This is a behind the scenes image of David Howard Thornton in makeup, obviously signing a Terrifier 1 poster. This is a behind the scenes image during the filming of Terrifier 3 with Damien Leone and David Howard Thornton. You then have some development pictures of, obviously, for the film, which was the Santa kill earlier in the movie. Again, some more, same scene again played out in art storyboards. That's the word I'm looking for, storyboards. Again, more storyboards of the kills. The Terrifier 3 poster, which a lot of people are familiar with, obviously that in the bathroom with the old card cutter, and again the old card cutter kill in the postcard. Really impressed with this set. $29.99 is quite expensive, I think, for what it is, but I think what I would say, obviously, for horror fans is that Terrifier 3 has had a lot of different editions. So to have an edition that has all these cards, you've got the poster, you've got the 4K as it is. I mean, there's nothing special about the disc, just to prove it as well. Yeah, there's nothing on the inside. So it was really cool just to get those. I really liked this box as well. I did really enjoy the difference in the box. Comes in a nice rigid cardboard case. So yeah, a really good time. A really good one to start off with. Terrifier 3, sadly already sold out, but there are so many different editions of this Terrifier 3 coming out. Don't run to eBay straight away to buy this at an inflated price. Have a look round. You never know. If you've got a region-free Blu-ray player, you might find an edition. Particularly with 4Ks as they're region-free, you might find one cheaper than picking this up online. So So next up on my list is season 2 of Daryl Dixon from the World of the Walking Dead, The Book of Carol. This continues the story from season 1, in which we find Daryl remaining in France, making uneasy alliances as part of an ongoing struggle. The difference is now is that The Walking Dead's Carol, his good best friend, will they won't they love interest from The Walking Dead, is on his heels to find him and obviously bring him presumably back to his friends. Now, I haven't seen any of this. I was really hoping to be able to sit and watch all of this in one go. I imported season 1 whilst there wasn't a UK Blu-ray. This is the UK Blu-ray now. Season 1 and 2 have both been released in December 2024. You can pick them up for about $21.99 each, or in a box set for £40. I really like The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. I know that there is a lot of negativity towards all the expanded universe of The Walking Dead, but Daryl Dixon is a real winner if you like Daryl. Obviously, if you don't like Daryl, I wouldn't watch it. It delivers on the zombies, delivers on the crazies, a continuing expansion of the Walking Dead world. I really like it. The original plan, if you weren't aware of it, was for this show to always be Daryl and Carol, was what I think it was even nicknamed that, Daryl and Carol The Walking Dead. But because the actress who plays Carol decided she wanted to take some time off to be with her family after the grueling schedule that was the Prime TV show The Walking Dead, she is now ready to return to the universe in order to obviously continue that story. So really looking forward to it. It's a 2-disc set. It was released by AMC. It has special features, which is a pre-premiere look at season 2, show me more, episode insiders, a Comic-Con panel. It, as I say, 2 discs, 5.5 hours, £20. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you're a fan of Daryl, you cannot go wrong. I will give apologies at this point if you notice that my voice goes in and out. Despite the fact that I have recovered from my cold, I am still slightly suffering from loss of breath or voice if I talk for too long. So next up on the list, quick and simple, is the 20th anniversary 4K of Shaun of the Dead. Now, I was lucky enough to go, me and my wife Jo, to the cinema re-showing of this in September of Shaun of the Dead. Had a great time. This is the original film with all the original extras, but it has a new feature, which is Shaun of the Dead 20 bloody years. Director Edgar Wright joins Simon Pegg and Nick Frost to reflect on the funniest zombie movie ever made. It also promises remastered sound, Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. I only picked this up 2-3 days ago, so I haven't had the opportunity to watch it, but I saw it in the cinema. The film looked great, it sounded great. Really excited that it got a 4K. It's in one of those thin cases as well, it has to be said. So I really like it. I was really impressed with it. It is £19.99. Again, no Blu-ray, so if you're like me, I do own the Blu-ray, so I might even keep the Blu-ray. The disc on the inside, of course, is a vinyl record that if you've seen the film, you'll know what that's all about. It's insane to think that it's been 20 years since the Shaun of the Dead came out, but yeah, a great film. Another one that I've only picked up a couple of days ago, but I have seen numerous times before, and I was really excited that this finally got a Blu-ray, is Creep. If you've never heard of Creep, a videographer answers an online ad for a one-day job in a remote town to record the last messages of a dying man to his unborn child. As the day progresses, the man's requests and behaviour become increasingly more bizarre. This is a found footage movie. Again, I don't think it quite gets the success and notoriety it deserves. There is a spin-off, I wouldn't even say it's a spin-off, a sequel TV show that has just been released on Shudder. I think Creep is really good. The lead actor is absolutely fantastic, genuinely funny, frightening, perplexing. It's got some great jump scares. This Blu-ray has got a new audio commentary, it's got an archive commentary, it's got a brand new interview with Patrick Bryce, it's got new interviews with Mark Duplass, Expand the Universe, new interviews, more interviews, 10 years of the Creep Alive Q&A, alternative endings, alternative scenes, alternative cold opening. This is a great film. If you like found footage, if you like very, very dark comedy in your horror movies, you will enjoy this. The fact that it got a sequel and a new TV show just shows that this is a franchise that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So it's really great to see a new Blu-ray, a new remaster coming, and especially from 2 Entertain, because I think that 2 Entertain are really smashing it out of the park with their remastered Blu-rays. We had Late Night with the Devil, we had Blair Witch Project, and now we've had Creep. Really impressive. Strong recommend. Film's only 78 minutes. This is a region-free Blu-ray as well, by the way, so if you're across the pond and you like the look of it, or you're a collector and you want to get a hands on a new version of Creep, this is a region-free Blu-ray player. It's well worth watching, a good recommend. And the last in my new release section is From Beyond. Now, this is a strange one, From Beyond. This is the collector's edition, the MGM release from 88 Films. Came out this month. This is H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond Beyond. For those of you who are Reanimator fans, you will probably know of this film. It's a film that I've been aware of for a very long time. You've got Jeffrey Combs, you've got Barbara Crampton, the director is Stuart Gordon. It's basically the team, and Brian Yuzna is involved. It's the team from Reanimator. They followed up Reanimator with From Beyond, another Lovecraft film. I love this box set. So you get this really cool slip just to protect it, but on one side you get all the body horror monstrous stuff, and on the flip side you get all the characters in their normal garb and how they look at the beginning of the film. This thing called the Resonator is involved, but I'll read you the synopsis in a moment. So it's cool to see them normal. Oh, and Ken Foree is in it as well. Ken Foree's there. So you got them in their usual normal human looking garbs, and then you turn it over and you have them in their less so human or more monstrous garbs. On the inside we have the Blu-ray, which is there. It does have an interchangeable cover, which I'll show you very quickly now. So once again, it's that cover, or you have some artwork like that. Again, very H.P. Lovecraft, very over the top in terms of that kind of like dimensional, nebulous looking stuff. The disc itself has got a plethora of extras, which I'll read to you in a moment. But the other thing inside this collector's edition is there's a poster, I should say. Let me get that back out for you. There is a poster, which is again the new artwork, and on the inside the original artwork. So again, really cool. That weird smelling cardboard yet again. Very strange smell. I don't know what they do to that kind of cardboard in these box sets, and it's always exclusive to these kind of box sets for some reason. The Terrifier one and now this one. But the art cards on the inside, on the back, they are white. It says H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond, from the creators of Reanimator. Humans are such easy prey. So I haven't seen this film. I do want to watch it. I've been wanting to watch it for a very long time. I'm a massive fan of Reanimator. Own all 3 Reanimators. So I was really excited to be able to finally get my hands on another Jeffrey Combs movie. But these are art card number 1. Oh, it's not even art card, so promotional still number 1. Promotional still number 2, Barbara Crampton. Number 3. And most interestingly, number 4. So, From Beyond, just before I read the official synopsis for you, I'm aware of From Beyond as being in that long line of 80s body horror movies, obviously Reanimator, Videodrome, to name a couple. That I have to confess, The Fly and things like that. I have to confess I'm not a massive fan of body horror movies, and I did buy this literally 2 days ago. So again, I haven't had the opportunity to watch it. I paid 21.99 from HMV. I don't know how limited this is in terms of volume, but a really nice box set, really well put together. So to give you the synopsis very quickly, the team behind Reanimator turn up the H.P. Lovecraft dial to 11 and bring you a tour de force of the horror genre. From Beyond, directed by Stuart Gordon, we follow a group of scientists who have created the Resonator, a machine that allows humans to view things outside the perceptible reality. But what they see is way outside their wildest nightmares and soon creeps into their reality. With the copious amounts of latex and bare flesh, From Beyond adds a raw contemporary touch to the original story, as well as a barnstorming performance from Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton. Extras include limited edition packaging, which I've just shown you, new 4K master from the original negative presented in high definition, audio commentary with Kim Newman and Sean Hogan, audio commentary with Stuart Gordon, Brian Yuzna, Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs. Don't Bite the Penal Gland, Jeffrey Combs on From Beyond, All Aboard the Love Machine, Barbara Crampton on From Beyond, Back from Outer Space, Ken Foree on From Beyond, Monsters Unleashed, Brian Yuzna on From Beyond, Reflections with Stuart Gordon from a director's perspective, Lost and Found, Interview with the Composer, Storyboard Intro and Storyboard Comparison, Original Trailer, Stills and Reversible Sleeve. This is a really good box set, really well done, really well presented. It's Region B, so if you do not have a region-free Blu-ray player and you are outside of Europe, you will need a player to play this, but it is Region B. As I say, I don't know how limited this is. I know it is a collector's edition. I'm sure there'll just be a vanilla release eventually just with the case. and everything. But if you're a fan of the Reanimator franchise and you want to see what else they did, or like me, you're a fan of Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, this is a good film to pick up. So rounding off my video, we now have the found footage phenomenon. This is Shudder's documentary, which is free to watch, but if it's something that I really enjoy and I do see a physical release, I do like to pick them up if I can. This is a Region A Blu-ray, so you will need a Region 3 Blu-ray player to play it, but in effect this was Shudder's documentary that charts the rise and continued rise of the found footage genre. Goes all the way back to the beginning of horror with found footage, as far back as the McPherson tape, and goes up to, I believe this documentary was from 2021, so it goes up as close to 2021's movies such as Host. It's a very candid interview documentary. It's got a lot of different people in it, a lot of different parties. It covers loads of different films: Troll Hunter, Apartment 143, the McPherson tape, Blair Witch, Record, The Curse, Last Broadcast, Megan is Missing, Paranormal Activity, Creep, Frankenstein's Army, Host, Cannibal Holocaust, The Last Broadcast, to name a few. I wanted the Blu-ray, as I say, because I saw it. It's got loads of additional interview footage. Clearly with these kind of talking head documentaries, they film considerably more than ever makes the documentary. The documentary itself is 1 hour and 40 minutes, but there is double the runtime on that in interviews on the special features. So if you're a fan of documentaries, you don't necessarily need to buy this. As I say, if you've got Shudder, you can stream it for free, but as always, these kind of things, always really fun just to get your hands on those collector's items. I don't know how limited this is. It is made independently. Recommend. So next up, we've got The Town That Dreaded Sundown. This is a Scream Factory release and is a 2-disc edition. Now, normally when you hear 2-disc Blu-ray and DVD combo, you assume it's just the same film on Blu-ray and on DVD. But this one's slightly different in that it has an additional film here called The Evictors. And I've never heard of The Evictors. And to be perfectly honest, the fact that they're giving it away free on The Town That Dreaded Sundown is probably an indication of the quality of it. So to get that one out of the way, in The Evictors, a nice young couple move into an eerie house located in a small Louisiana town, unaware of the violent history. Soon they themselves are tormented by the previous owners. So yeah, it sounds like a fairly run-of-the-mill. This the original film, The Evictors, is 1979, whereas The House That Dreaded Sundown is 1977. So this film predates Halloween. But The Evictors, like I say, it was free, so I'm not going to complain or turn my nose up at a free movie. I haven't had the opportunity to watch either of these because literally when this showed up, I got really sick. So it is on my list. But the reason I wanted this movie, and I'll give you the synopsis for The Town That Dreaded Sundown, then I'll tell you why. When two young lovers are savagely beaten and tortured on the back county road, local police are baffled. 3 weeks later, 2 more people are slain in a similar setting, and Deputy Norman Ramsey fears a pattern might be developing. Texas Ranger J.D. Morales is brought in to help. The 2 officers must find the Phantom Killer before he can kill again. So the reason I wanted this movie, and I'm sure the cover is a little bit of a giveaway for some of you, is that this is the inspiration behind Jason's look in Friday the 13th Part 2. As you can see, he's got the sack and the cloth. The difference is that this killer has 2 eyes, whereas obviously Jason has the one. The thing about this movie that the reason I wanted it, and I've never seen it get a UK release, I've never even seen it in the UK for streaming or anything, is that this is considered a lost movie. It's actually considered the lost slasher movie. So this does predate Halloween. It's after Black Christmas but before Halloween. But I wanted to get hold of it. It's got some special features, audio commentary, some kind of written essay in it, and a poster and still gallery. But as I say, a little bit of a deep cut for some people. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Haven't had a chance to watch it, but really happy to get that into the collection. And like I say, Scream Factory releases, they get rarer. I didn't pay a huge amount for this, I think about £10, so a real bargain. And it was sealed as well, so as far as I'm concerned, a real bargain. But check this film out if you've never heard of it, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Okay, so now we're coming to the end of the video and we're getting into the section which is probably best named the double dip section. Sometimes if there's a different edition or a better edition of a film that I really like, I will upgrade or buy the additional copy, and this month is no different. This one I'm really happy to get hold of. I paid a fraction of what people want for it online, and it's in immaculate condition. And the next release, I cannot believe I actually got my hands on them, but we'll get to them in a minute. So first up is the Scream Factory release of Night of the Demons Part 2, the collector's edition from Scream Factory, complete with its cardboard cardboard case. It's inside this plastic sleeve for protective purposes. Really impressed with this, really happy to get my hands on this. This is part of the Scream Factory trilogy that they released recently, in the last couple of years. In fact, it's a relatively new release, and this will now replace my 88 Films edition of Night of the Demons Part 2. This was a very vanilla UK edition, which had simply a trailer and an interview with a random effects artist. It is bog standard. I was very disappointed, to be perfectly honest. I talked about this on another video. As part of my research for the Night of the Demons trilogy, ahead of meeting Linnea Quigley and Amelia Kincaid at For the Love of Horror, I wanted to watch all three. I purchased and watched the first Night of the Demons. I then, of course, bought the second Night of the Demons in the UK. This is the Scream Factory brand new 4K that came out. And then I followed it up and bought the Scream Factory Night of the Demons 3. Now, of course, the thing that frustrates me, and collectors out there hopefully feel the same, otherwise I might just be a bit weird, is that I'm a real sucker for the spines. So when I see this, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when you put 1 and 3 together, great. There's a nice bit of continuity there. You got Scream Factory, you got the logos, Angela's face is in the right place, and the logo is in the right place. And of course, when you buy the Region 2 version, Region B version, that obviously gets completely ruined. When different companies release different Blu-rays, it really winds me up. So this is, I know it's only a little thing, first world problems and all that. This has really wound me up a little bit. So I was really, really happy to be able to get hold of Night of the Demons 2 and complete the uniformity of the trilogy of Angela's face, the logo, and the Scream Factory. Really good. If you're a collector like me, absolutely fantastic to see that kind of continuity across 3 sets. But anyway, we're here to talk about part 2. The reason I wanted this, not only for the visual, obviously, of it on the shelf, is that it is packed with a load of special features. It's got a new commentary, it's got a new interview with the director and the writer, it's got a interview with Amelia Kincaid, who played Angela, it has got an interview with actor Christy Harris, it's got an interview with the producer, it's got an hour of dailies footage from the set. So dailies is the bits in between the filming and the different takes. It also has, which I'm excited to watch, a work print of the earlier version Night of the Demons 2. If you've never heard of a work print, it is a stage of the film being cut together where there's still no sound, music, effects, special noises, all that kind of stuff, but it is roughly the film cut together in a way that, in theory, the producers and the makers of the film are happy to present that to the studio to say, here is our film. That is included. Each one of the Night of the Demons trilogy contains a work print. So again, the work prints are included in these two, so I was really happy to get hold of Night of the Demons 2 for the work print. Really solid release, really happy with it. If you've never seen Night of the Demons, it's good fun, great gory fun, great scares. Each film gets a little bit sillier as you go on. Night of the Demons is an absolute classic. That first film is proper 80s fun, punk scares. Amelia Kincaid and Linnea Quigley, absolute tour de force in that original film. Night of the Demons 2 moves more into Phantasm 2, Evil Dead 2 category, and Night of the Demons 3, very sadly, was somewhat of a disappointment of a film, but has a fantastic story behind the scenes about how the film got made. Amelia Kincaid appears across all 3. I had the great pleasure to meet Amelia Kincaid this year. She reciprocated some very happy praise about my video I made about her as part of my For the Love of Horror. So if you've never seen Night of the Demons trilogy, it's a strong recommend. The first one's great, the second one's good, the third one, well, you know, Amelia Kincaid does her very best and she does deliver as Angela, but unfortunately the film suffered tremendous production problems. But yeah, Night of the Demons 2 Scream Factory edition to complete the trilogy, really pleased with that. So to finish, and I'm really excited about this, you may recall recently, and if you haven't, please go and check it out because I was very happy with that video despite the technical issues that took place. I did a video recently about the various editions of Sleepaway Camp on Blu-ray, and I talked about in length the Red Cross DVD, which is now out of print, an extremely rare collector's item, the version that I originally owned, which was the Arrow Video one, the Blu-ray, the 2 versions of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, which came out from 88 Films as part of their slasher collection, and the Sleepaway Camp Scream Factory trilogy. Now in that video, as I was talking about which ones are better and which have got the best spines and which ones look better on the shelves and which one's got the best special features, annoys me, really annoys me, this does. I made reference to the fact that Scream Factory released all 3 Sleepaway Camp, the original core trilogy I should say, because there are more than 3, but I'm only focusing on the first 3. And due to an accident, having done some research, due to an accident, no one's fault, just one of those things that happened, somehow, when Sleepaway Camp 1, 2 and 3 was printed, produced and created by Scream Factory, they retained the rights to print copies of Sleepaway Camp 1, which you can still get from Scream Factory at the time of recording, but somehow they missed the copyright or the renewal of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. So subsequently, the Scream Factory Blu-rays of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 fell out of print, legitimately fell out of print. It wasn't a PR scam or anything like that. It was a very big accident, and they couldn't renew the copyright in time and therefore lost the rights to produce Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 on Blu-ray. They have become white whale, hen's teeth, phoenix feathers, in terms of quality, in terms of trying to get hold of them as collectors. Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 Scream Factory's Blu-rays have become much sought after in the horror community, and to my absolute shock, having seen them, and I listed it on the video, having seen them going for hundreds of pounds, and still now you can see sellers selling Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 independently for 150 to 200 pounds each. I was so pleased for £50 to find an eBay seller who sold me both Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, the Scream Factory ultra rare limited edition out of print, you cannot get for love nor money without paying stupid money, Blu-rays. And here they are. I said in the video that I never thought I would own these. I never thought I would get my hands on these. I don't know if it was just a seller looking to make a quick buck, looking to change things over quickly. These are legitimate. They are real. They are missing the cardboard sleeves. But my answer to that is my Sleepaway Camp 1 is missing its cardboard sleeves. So I'm not bothered. I am not going to turn my nose up at somebody selling things. And I made an offer to this seller. So he wanted more money for it. But I made an offer to this seller and he agreed to it. And I had these within 2 or 3 days of agreeing it. So I take it as someone who wanted money. So for all those people out there who like to criticize eBay and say that it's just charlatans trying to take your money, I'm sorry, I do not agree. And this year I have really had some bargains on this. But the much sought after, much wanted Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 on Blu-ray with Scream Factory, here they are. And the main reason to get these is because obviously the cover art is fantastic, the specially commissioned cover art, and it does have on the inside the standard picture. So say for example, let's just do that very quickly. So the Sleepaway Camp 2, this cover is on the inside of this one, and just to give you the other one for comparison, this cover is on the inside of this one. I'm not going to take it out and go through all that at this point because the video's already run on long enough. But you get the specially commissioned artwork, you get a DVD and a Blu-ray of each film, so 2 disc collector's edition, and each one has special features that you will never see on any other release ever because Scream Factory own the rights to these. So the reason to buy both as well is there's a 2-part documentary across both films which charts the progress and creation of these movies. Really interesting, really good, got as much of the cast back as they humanly could. It's got audio commentaries on both of them, more behind the scenes footage with audio commentaries. It's got video promotional trailers. It's got deleted gore footage from the much trimmed down version of Sleepaway Camp 3. I am so pleased. I know I'm kind of being a bit arrogant at this point in time, but these are so rare. I am so pleased to get my hands on these. And above all, to finish off this video, I've got to say it, when you put the 3 together, of course you get that wonderful continuity. Captain OCD here, absolutely love it, because I'm not going to lie, this really drives me up the wall when you get different versions of sequels and there isn't a continuity in the cases. Above all, Scream Factory, they know their audience. They are fantastic for it. So pleased, so happy to get my hands on these. If you ever see somebody on eBay selling things for low prices, do not be discouraged, do not be concerned. Actually take a punt, make an offer, because you never know, you might actually get your hands on something extremely rare. Either he didn't know, or he didn't want to, he wanted to make a quick buck. so impressed. What a way to finish off 2024 by getting my hands on some legitimately rare Blu-rays. So that's going to do it for this month. December 2024 was a little bit of a bumper month, and I was really pleased to show you everything I have. January 2025 is shaping up to be a very thin month in terms of new releases, and I'm not actually proactively looking for any particular movies at this point in time. So my January haul may be very thin. It might only be a minute video, who knows? But February 2025 is certainly shaping up to be a bit of a busy month for Blu-rays. So if January is a little bit light on content when it comes to that, obviously I'll follow it up in February. Thank you as always. If you are a subscriber, if you're a frequent viewer and haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you're a new subscriber, a new viewer, please do subscribe. On just under 250 subscribers, just under that at this point in time. Would love to get over 250 going into the new year. Have lots of plans, lots of content to come. So if you've enjoyed the video, thank you as always. And until next time, stay scared.
Real faith can move mountains. Your faith can't even move a mouse.